Hi there, this is Solitary from Solitary Films, and welcome to round 2 of director battles. Today's episode again is another easy one. It's Bergman against Kieslowski. Again, this is an exercise to find out what you guys' favourite directors are. There's no wrong answer. This is not a competition, it's just a battle. It's all about preference. This is not objective. This is your favourite out of each pairing of directors. This is not who's objectively the best. Personally, I'm just going with my kind of ranking, and I'll kind of tell you why. But these are all wonderful directors. Again, like I said in episode 1, there's not going to be like Michael Mann against Brett Ratner. There's not going to be Kubrick against Ron Howard. I'm going to try and make them at least interesting, hopefully, for people to decide between the two. But again, there's no wrong answer. It's just a bit of fun. So we'll start with Kieslowski. Kieslowski is one of those artist deaths that still upsets me. I had just really gotten into the three colours and then looked back at his work, and then he had announced his retirement after Three Colours Red, and then he had announced that he was actually going to come back and do a Heaven, Hell and Purgatory trilogy, and then he died. I think the scripts by himself and Krzysztof Pejosiewicz, which isn't his proper name, have both been, I think they've possibly all been made, even one by Agnieszka Holland, who I've got a lot of time for, but I've never seen them and I don't really wish to see them, just because it's not Kieslowski. So I do have a bit of a thing for Kieslowski. Every time I watch one of his films, it is kind of not upsetting, but it is emotional. Plus, I just love the fact that he didn't think he was that good. There's a famous documentary entitled I'm So-So, which for me is obviously not. So I mean, I have a short film about killing on Artificial Eye DVD. I have a short film about love on Artificial Eye DVD. I did have Decalogue on Artificial Eye DVD and Artificial Eye VHS, which are like the double VHSs. I have The Scar on Artificial Eye DVD. I have No End on Artificial Eye DVD. I have Camera Buff on Artificial Eye DVD. I have Blind Chance on Artificial Eye DVD. Obviously Kieslowski started making documentaries and then kind of drama docs before he started doing features. I have Blind Chance on Criterion Region A Blu-ray, which is arguably the best of his early films. I would highly recommend picking up the Criterion. I have No End on a Polish Blu-ray. I have a short film about killing on Polish Blu-ray. I have a short film about love on Polish Blu-ray. Also, I have the Arrow Cinema of Conflict box set, which has The Scar, Camera Buff, Blind Chance, and No End, all on Blu-ray and book. He suffered under communist censorship early in his career, but he still made some amazing films. And then we have Decalogue, which for me is arguably the greatest thing ever put on television. This is the Arrow Blu-ray box set, which has the wonderful book. This has some of his early documentaries: Pedestrian Subway, First Love, Personnel, The Calm, and Short Working Day. This has a long video piece with Tony Raines, which is excellent. This is the Arrow Academy set of Decalogue, which I would recommend. I actually think is better than the Criterion. Of course, I have both. This one does have a short film about killing and a short film about love as well. And I also have the Three Colours on Criterion. This is region A, and obviously I have the Three Colours and Artificial Eye Blu-ray. So I absolutely adore Kieslowski. I kind of feel something in common with Kieslowski. Just the man himself and his attitude, and he has made, for me, some of the greatest films ever made, and certainly arguably the greatest television series ever made. So that's Kieslowski in one corner, and then in the other corner you have Bergman, who is pretty spectacular himself. Bergman is almost a genre in himself. He would make films in the summer, do theatre, write and direct theatre in the winter. Really prolific. Again, he started his early films are kind of little germs of what would come, and sometimes the acting isn't the best, sometimes the characterizations aren't perfect. Myself and Nazarene Prod on our Ronan Nazarene Talks channel have done some Bergman films, usually in pairs, and we have looked at some of his early films. Again, this Criterion box set is phenomenal and has 38 or 39 of his films on 4K and 2K restorations. Bergman's, again, I think he is underrated as far as visual style and having a visual eye. I mean, everybody talks about his themes and his actors, Max von Sydow and Bibi Andersson, and my favourite Ingrid Thulin and Liv Ullmann. But his visual style, I think, gets underappreciated. But especially in the Blu-ray set, they really shows you what an amazing visual eye he had. A lot of Bergman's films are low budget. A lot of them are chamber pieces, essentially, just with 3 or 4 or 5 actors. They're not like huge epics or anything like that. Again, I don't, very much like Bresson and Tarkovsky, I don't claim to understand everything that Bergman is going on about and talking about. My brain isn't that big. But these are two, well, as far as I'm concerned, these are like two titans of cinema. I mean, you could make the argument that if there was a Mount Rushmore of cinema, Bergman would be one of the 4 heads on it, and I wouldn't necessarily argue that. But for me, again, going by my director rankings, for me, the winner of this director battle, it's not competition, it's just a battle, is Kieslowski. He obviously sadly didn't make as many films as Bergman did. But I think of what he made, his batting average is higher than Bergman. Plus, I have him ranked as number 3 my favourite directors, so obviously I have to go with Kieslowski in this battle. Again, I just have a weird connection with the man and his work, and it means just slightly more to me than Bergman's films do, as amazing as they are. Again, there's no wrong answer in these debates. Again, this is more of an exercise for me to see what your guys' favourite directors are. But for me, this one is Kieslowski by a nose. So again, let me know in the comments which director, Kieslowski or Bergman, you prefer, who's higher up your favourites list, and hopefully you'll join me again for more director battles. It's not a competition, it's just a battle. It is just for fun. This is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, saying cheerio.